And what would you say they actually are? How would you characterize? Because you listen to, I think in my life, if I listened to a sermon when I was younger, especially I come from a Pentecostal background with a heavy emphasis on global missions. And so
Sure.
Jonah was a missionary gone wrong story.
Exactly.
I think in
Right.
more recent years, it's become more of almost a lesson in racism, where
Hmm.
Jonah becomes sort of xenophobic, the Ninevites. And so that's been a shift in my life to see sort of
Yeah.
the emphasis. But I wonder if
Yeah.
either of those quite actually capture what's happening in
I,
Jonah.
I think both of those place the emphasis on the wrong syllable. First of all, I don't think Jonah is really xenophobic.
Yeah.
Everyone hated Assyria.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, that was just Assyria is not some innocent Gentile nation. I mean, they are brutal.
Yeah.
Uh, and but that's
Plenty
precisely
of reason to not like Assyria.
exactly,
Plenty of
but that's precisely what gives Jonah its power.
hmm
This is the enemy everyone loves to hate.
hmm
And of course, we've forgotten that because we're so distant from the Neo-Assyrian Empire
hmm
and are not very familiar with their records of an unbelievable brutality.
hmm
But those are the waters, no pun intended, the waters in which Jonah swims,
Yeah.
right? So this is very very much so this is not about xenophobia. This is about loving your enemies.
hmm
I mean, loving really, really bad,
hmm
cruel enemies. I mean, enemies that are seeking your existential extinction.
hmm
That's the kind of enemies that we're talking about. So the point then of the postponed rationale is this: Jonah's offended by grace.
hmm
God's grace is offensive. It's his mercy is scandalous. And while Jonah is only too happy to receive God's grace, as he is in chapter 2,
hmm
he's not so happy to extend it to his enemies, as we see in chapter 4. And I think that's the real point of the book. It's
Yeah.
applicable, of course, to missions, and
Yeah.
it's applicable to racism.
Yeah.
It speaks to those issues,
Yeah.
but that's not what the book is primarily about.
Yeah.
The book is hitting something that is deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's confronting a root issue that gives rise to hesitancy to participate in global missions, or that gives rise to a suspicion of foreigners,
Yeah.
and which of course morphs into racism and so forth. So it's actually tapping into something deeper that is at the root of both of
Yeah.
those things. And but I think again that's what makes the book so powerful and so universally applicable, and why it has survived.
Yeah.
Its power remains undiminished
Yeah.
to this very day. But that I think is the main issue: is that you cannot be saved by grace until you've been offended by grace.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. That's